WLIT Shy Radio. You already know what it is. It's your boy DJ Too Easy.
And your girl Jazz.
And your boy Ralph.
We are back from a great weekend, a great week. And we had a great show last week. Let's have a great one this week. Jazz, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Why not amazing?
I'm doing amazing. Actually, I am doing amazing.
Y'all missing it. Y'all should see Jazz right now. She is dressed and ready for 4th of July. She got on the red, white, and blue with the feet out, the toes is done, the nails is
the blue outfit.
The spandex. She got the eyebrows is done.
My eyebrows always
got
done.
the cheeks. What is that? You got some makeup on?
I don't. I have
shine. I see you
natural.
shining. What you say? I'm paying for. I see you shining. Got the bundles ready and curled. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. It was my best friend's birthday, so we was on a booze cruise.
Booze cruise. How was that?
It was fun.
Did you go with a date or you went by yourself?
She went with a date.
Tell
She couldn't even answer
I
that.
had a great weekend.
So how was it? How was the date? Tell us that.
I didn't have a date.
I mean, it's a booze cruise. You had to have a booze to go.
Booze as in drunk, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, I thought you meant like booze.
Not like boo.
Oh,
no, like
got you.
booze.
Got you.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was really nice. And then I got a new job.
Oh, congratulations.
You know, so.
Moving on up.
Yeah, you know.
Not waitressing no more.
First, I was never waitressing.
What
I'm
are
sorry.
you doing?
No more
I'll be
dresses?
in the John Hancock building.
Okay, coming down there with me?
I'm down there with you. Yeah.
I'm catching around with her every Wednesday.
I'm proud of you. You're moving on up in the world.
Don't start.
Thanks to Shy Radio. I need 10%.
You give her that plug.
You went from playing the beats on the side.
I was never playing the beats on the side of the freeway.
Yeah, the bucket
You
list.
tried it.
Ralph, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was decent, man. It was cool. Laid back, hung out with some friends for Cinco de Mayo. Get to learn a little bit about their heritage and what that day means to them. Mm-hmm. So that was cool. Outside of that, just relax, man. I'm back playing football.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
That went good, man. But the next day,
What's your record? What's the name of the team?
Club
the team, man. Flag football. What is it?
I couldn't know what's crazy. Yeah, it's flat. I couldn't even tell you the name of the team. They reached out to me the day before and was like, "We heard you want to play." So I got out there.
But you knew who to walk to with the group, so who was the
No, I didn't. I mean, their colors is red and black. Colors is
Like,
red and black.
You ain't got no footage.
No, the colors
You
red
don't
and
know what I
black.
said. You lying, right?
Roselle Park, Illinois, man.
How was it though?
It was decent, man. Like, it was cool. First, I ain't played in a while. It's 6-on-6, all men's league.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a little physical with it, which is cool. I woke up the next day a little sore.
Okay. What position you play?
I play receiver and corner. Same position I always play.
You ain't good or?
You want to find out?
Yeah, I actually do. Why didn't you tell me about it?
You can find out.
Why you ain't tell me?
You want to play?
Yes.
You free Sunday? Look,
I mean, I'm in church and audio gigs.
Oh no, see, we play in the morning. You know.
What time?
My games this week. I got 2 games. I got a 10:30 and 11:30 game.
Boy, I don't know. I might have to get out there, man. I know y'all need a wide receiver. And
big body always help if you can move.
Take.
Y'all look a little older though.
Huh?
Man, don't let that fool you.
Listen, just because you came in here with your ends gel down today, don't
Got
come in here
got a nice outfit on.
You acting
so
real 2019.
I'm in 2019 already.
We just hit 18.
Okay.
My weekend was cool. I Cinco de Mayo, chilled with the fam, drank a little bit, made some shrimp tacos, and took some shots, and I had a good weekend.
Your body didn't hurt the next weekend? I mean the next day?
No, I don't have those issues.
Oh.
That's that sugar daddy that you talking about.
Nah, my sugar daddy is okay.
So other than that, yeah, we ain't even gonna get on that subject. Other than that, we had a good weekend. What you
going
got?
into that?
So Chris Brown didn't have a good weekend. We're gonna talk about
What did he do?
how Chris Brown is being sued by a woman who's saying that she was assaulted at his house. She was raped.
Ooh.
She alleges, I'm gonna read what she said, that she was repeatedly sexually assaulted while falsely imprisoned in one of the bedrooms of his house. Now, that's who her lawyer is.
Who her lawyer is?
The one lady?
Lisa Bloom's mother, but it's her mother.
Oh, boy,
it's not Lisa Bloom, it's her mother.
work.
It's actually being, it's representing the woman. And the woman isn't saying she's raped by a man. She's saying that she's being raped by a woman.
Okay.
Multiple times in the shower, trying to leave. They put like a couch in front of the door. Like
This was within one day?
This is in one night. It was a party.
So within the 24
It was in a party at Chris Brown's home.
So then what do, other than it being at his house?
That exactly. So they're putting him
So
in.
using his name as a whole.
Exactly. So Chris Brown allegedly was not there in that room. I'm assuming he was at the party because it's his house.
Right.
And she's saying she put him in the lawsuit. I guess to make it known and so she could get some money from it. So I feel like that's what they're doing to him. Like he did make a mistake. He was, he paid his dues for his mistakes as he should have because he shouldn't have put his hands on it. But it's like, okay, let the man ain't doing nothing but trying to raise his daughter and make music. Like at some point in time, we have to okay, y'all, let him breathe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let him breathe.
So, I'm surprised you're saying this because generally you're like you're totally 2019 today. I don't know if it's just
I'm so proud. Jazzy, give me a $5.
But I feel like
Malaysia too curly, but you acting real brave.
I feel like we gotta be fair at some point, and the man pay his dues.
Today you feel like okay.
No, I feel like this the other day when we start talking about men taking money, that's something different. Y'all know how I feel about that, so we not gonna even say nothing. But I feel like
money is.
It was a woman that raped you. It was she might have been a friend of his. Mm-hmm. Sue that woman. She did go to a rape clinic, I guess, almost, like a rape shelter after it happened.
Right.
And that's when the police got involved, and then they called the police. So
Too much.
So my thing to that is two sides to that. One, she put his name in it because he's the celebrity. He's the one with the money.
Definitely.
If she goes after his friend, it may not be anything that'll go get.
None.
But since it's his home, and his name is on, the mortgage or the lease, the contract, she was like...
Was it his personal home or was it a home that he owned?
It's saying it's his personal... It was just saying Chris Brown's home. It doesn't say that it's his
it's
personal home or if it's his rental property.
The tabloids like to play on words, and it could be a property that he don't even stay in.
No, they don't say that. They do say, they try to say he provided pills and coke, and of course we know it's liquors there. So I guess they're really going to try to flip it because honestly he shouldn't have been mentioned
he has a rap sheet, and my only thing for him is it's a sad situation that he's being brought into. If he essentially wasn't a part of it, allegedly they're stating he is, but he gotta look at the crowd he keeps around.
He does.
He's getting to that age. He's getting to that age. Chris Brown is probably between 27 and 29. He's at that age that with a daughter, he needs to mature, and his circle needs to get smaller with the people he can trust. He doesn't have to party like a rock star to show people, and he sees what you already been a target for the media. You've been a target for the police. Like the best way to avoid that, and if you care about your career that much, fall back.
Can I say something? I'm jumping real fast.
I feel like Ralph been to prison before.
The article really doesn't say that Chris Brown was at the party. Mm-hmm. So what DJ Too Easy just said, it makes sense. Like it could be a rental property and that his friends could have rented it out and they're just using his name. It's no fact.
No, they're not just using his name to rent that property.
No, I'm talking about. So what if it's
it could be a property.
It could be like
he owns.
Right.
And his boy might be staying there and paying rent.
Exactly.
So they're using his name because his name
was on the lease. I'm saying he probably wasn't even there. So when we say I feel like when you see him,
the crowd that's around
he doesn't. And I think he does need to change his crowd because when you see him sometimes he was on Instagram with his daughter. It was just him and his mom celebrating his birthday. You know what I mean? So we don't know if he didn't change his crowd.
Right. I'm not saying that, but this is my thing. If you change it, if you got homes in your name for your friends are staying, they still partying like they're 18 or in college. You got a daughter, you got a home you live in. It's time to change that. You don't need two houses in the same state. You need one house for yourself there. If you want your friends to stay there, by all means, that's cool.
But he lives in Cali. That's
what I'm saying. I'm not renting no house for my friends to stay in because whatever goes on in that house is gonna come back to me. Well, that was the same thing that happened to NFL player Dez Bryant and Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh's mom's house got raided and they found all types of drugs. You know who they went after first? They went after Chris Bosh because he's the one that bought the house.
Yeah, because I thought his mama sold.
That's what I'm saying. Right. But they go after the person whose name is on the deed and also who's a celebrity.
True.
How do you avoid all of that?
Well, I hope they figure it out. I'm definitely gonna be updating you guys.
I hope they do
that story because
he's one of the best performers out. He's better learn from our kids.
I'm trying to get an invite to a party. All that stuff.
You just trying to get to a party.
That party was banging.
White lines, red lines, and snakes.
Y'all chill. But we can talk about somebody that has definitely been in the news lately. Meek. Meek Mills. You know what? He has teamed up with Amazon and Rock Nation, Jazzy's line, to do a movie and to document his journey in this legal system that has been horrible to him, and honestly almost to Chris Brown as well.
Some of which they did on their own.
Some is. You're correct. But what do you guys feel Meek should show in that documentary? Like, what should he be?
I'm gonna let Too Easy go.
Well, my mind is, I'm always looking at the big. First of all, what's frustrating to me is, and don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with white folks. I love all people. But what's interesting to me is all of these white folks. I mean, you got the owner of Patriots. You got all of these, Robert Kraft, right? You got a lot of these different companies that all of a sudden want to put so much interest and money into Meek Mill because they feel like, his story is not being told or he was unlawfully accused. The fact of the matter is, none of these people around when Meek Mill was getting caught up the first or the second time or the third time, and all of a sudden they want to pop it. What I find interesting about it is, we complain about social injustice all the time, and nothing changes. But it takes a white millionaire to step up and say something, or somebody with a voice in the white community to step up and say something before they decide to change something. Specifically, I was having a conversation over the weekend. I said, and let me ask you this question, maybe you can answer it for me. People who are watching, maybe you can answer it for me. Why did the movement, the civil rights movement in the 60s and 70s, or 50s, 60s, and 60s and 70s become so huge?
There's a white man doing it.
That's it.
That was the main reason.
That's the whole. If it was just black people complaining, nothing would ever change.
No, not at all.
But it was white people with black people, and white people that had influence that started saying, "Hey, maybe these people need to get it." So it frustrates. So what frustrates me is when you talk about equality is that when we complain about stuff, it's never changed or it's never fixed because we're just complaining. Oh, you guys are just complaining. You got all you need. Why don't you just work hard and all of this stuff? But when we got somebody on the other side, Caucasian, white, Jewish, who got $100 million or $1 billion in the bank, that say, hey, this is not fair, then everybody wants to pay attention to it. And that frustrates me because I feel like, one, doing that, I don't feel like it's always 100% pure. And two, it gives us another crutch to lean on them when I personally feel like we don't need to lean on anybody. We got enough millionaires. It shouldn't have took Robert Kraft. It should have been Jay-Z and Diddy and Oprah and Steve Harvey and all of those people. That's my whole point.
They're not jumping out there.
Well, they can't.
Uncle Tom ain't going.
They can't because
Uncle Tom, a.k.a. Steve Harvey, is not going.
Because you know who
Well, Jay-Z could have, but we don't know what they're doing behind the scenes.
Well, I'm not stating. For me, I'm not saying that they're not doing that. My only thing about this document, I think it's a good.
I think it's a good
platform. It's a good platform to use and a good light to shine on the injustice system against minorities, especially blacks. But my only issue I have with it is why does it have to be on Meek Mill? Why can't we go find a regular Joe on the street who's been having issues just like him, but still happy, who don't have billionaire friends or millionaire companies that jump behind them
or several
and save them? Yeah,
but we don't know how he's gonna do this documentary. Maybe he'll have regular smuggler Joes on the show with him talking about it.
I mean, we don't really need to know Meek Mill's issue. Like the judge has a grudge with him. We know that's what it is. His whole case goes back to a drug case. She just slapped him with a 10-year probation to put him in a bad situation.
But that's what they do to everybody. That's what they're saying is that you have a little case like that, and then you'll get.
You know what gets them in it also? Your public defender doesn't fight for you.
They're fighting for their own
side. But you know what's interesting? Is a man that has $1 million in the bank could get something like that on him. Imagine somebody, you running the streets in Chicago, getting into some trouble. His mom and daddy probably work hard, 9 to 5 or 18 hours a day. Pretty much can't afford to, if they even have a job, can't afford to pay for a lawyer. Imagine the difference if a man that got he probably got about at least $5 to $6 million in the bank.
Okay.
So a man that got $5 to $6 million in the bank can't avoid what he went through. Imagine how many black young men and women have went through the same situation but couldn't hire any lawyer.
Oh,
They probably sent under to jail or died in jail. Or did 20 years in jail. We don't even know their names.
Look at the young
Those are the people that.
Look at the young man that
Jazzy,
that Rock Nation did the document on the young man in New York.
Yeah.
Who went in just
his
for
name is Khalif
Khalif Brown went in there. He did 2 years for something that he wasn't even guilty of. That the justice system just kept him.
He wasn't even convicted.
And that's what I was going to.
He was waiting to go to trial.
For trial. They just kept pushing it back. But that's having a public defender, and it's not to knock the public defender attorney, because they get a lot of cases thrown at them, and they're trying to balance all of them.
We are going to go in public.
You can't, because it's a
risk. Yes, you can. I mean, we're definitely going to go. The public defenders aren't for those people that come up there. Ayana Vance, what's her last name? Vance Gard. What's her last name? Fix My Life.
Fix My Life lady.
She was a public defender in Philadelphia, and she said that she had to stop that career because it was horrible. Mm-hmm. She said that black men, Hispanics, they were plea deals just so they can get them in the jail. Mm-hmm. She was like, she couldn't help them. And she said she couldn't do it.
And aside of that, they throw like 500 cases on your desk.
That's what I'm saying. You throw 500 cases on the public
defender,
it's kind of hard to jump.
Plea them out.
That's what I'm saying. They throw them.
Prison is a business.
Right. I mean, it's a money. Like, this is my thing with the public defender. I'm not saying we can't, like, they have some blame, but if you throw 100 cases to one public defender or 200 cases to them, it's not easy for them to focus on one person when they got 200 cases.
Well, when we say they have
it's kind of hard. Like, they're fighting but they're trying to. At the end, it's still their job. They're trying to balance it.
When we say they have a blame, we're talking about the ones you might be talking about. 10 out of 100,000 that really don't.
No, I'm saying no. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot that don't care.
So that's the ones that we're talking about. We're talking about the ones who don't care. They're making them plea out just so they can get to the next case. They don't know the last name.
Like Muhammad Ali said, you get a handful of them, you'll get that crowd and be like, oh, them two care, and they be like, oh yeah, you gotta listen, we're all good. But what about the 10,000 behind you that want to get
the heaviest thing the most important thing that I remember Muhammad Ali saying is exactly what you said. He said, they was talking about racism to white folks and do you like white people? He said, I don't think all white people are bad, but if I got a million snakes coming at me, and in that million snakes, it's 100,000 that actually are not going to bite me. Am I supposed to sit and wait for that 100,000 to get in front? Or am I just not disconnect myself from everybody so I don't get bit at all?
Of course, you disconnect. You can't take them chances. So my thing, I think this document is going to shine the light. Hopefully open the eyes to the justice system. And my biggest thing also is we gotta get the young men and women, the young boys and girls that's in school to start getting into the political side, and judges and attorneys and mayors and governors and senators on Congress. Like, we have to get our people, minorities and people of color, into the office. That's the only way we're really going to see some type of change.
Now, it was another, like you mentioned, that people that don't have the money for it. Remember we talked about Centoya Brown, the 16-year-old that got charged with that life sentence?
I watched her. I watched the documentary on YouTube about that.
Wait, remember she killed the man she was 16, he was an adult, he had a sex trafficking, and she killed him, and they ended up giving her like life in jail. They charged her as an adult.
She was a prostitute.
And she was 16.
No, that's crazy.
She, they just did a trial. Well, her trial is coming up May 23rd for clemency. Yes. So they trying to get her out. So hopefully she'll be set free.
She's been in there at least about
She probably will, but unfortunately,
because they had Kim K, lawyer coming up there, Snoop Dogg, T.I., like everybody started talking about it because they didn't understand how this 16-year-old girl who was raped and put out there be sent to prison after she killed somebody there.
It's a white man.
You know what, right?
I was just about to say, but no, they don't care about that until some rich white man steps up and says, "Hey, man, this is not fair." But is he saying it because he want to make a couple dollars or because he believes it's really?
Well, at this point, that's true. But at this point, it helps her because this was a 16-year-old girl who didn't deserve to go to prison.
No, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, for her, she's looking at it like, I just want out. Her family just want out. No one's looking. They're not looking at the man who's just gonna make $1 off it on the back end. Mm-hmm. Their whole thing as a family, and for her, like, if that's me and I'm in that, I just want out. I don't care about the financial someone may make. Just let me just get out. Mm-hmm. of the system. Because she has a story she can tell. She's been in it long enough. At 16, she's charged with it. Like, me and DJ Too Easy, I was texting him about it earlier this week. The shooting that happened in Chicago with the ATF agent that got shot. Mm-hmm. They put all hands on deck, and they found the shooter.
Before we go to that, let's cut to a quick commercial, play some music, and come right back. WLIT Shot Radio, it's your boy DJ Too Easy, Jiggity Jazz, and Brown. We're going to cut to a quick commercial, play some music, and come back in a second. Peace. WLIT Shot Radio, we are back. And that was some good music you was playing, man. Hey, I like that.
I mean, you got to get a little classic, 1990 out here, man. You got to get these young boys out here and understand what real lyrics is.
Got it. Okay, so what were we talking about?
We was talking about, all right, so we were speaking on the documentary they're working on with Meek Mill for the injustice system.
No, we were talking about
ATF.
Yeah, we picked it back off the Chicago.
Right.
So the ATF agent in Chicago got shot. He was downtown Chicago somewhere. He got shot in the face. He survived. They say he's gonna heal. Good. He's gonna bounce back eventually. And I was catching just the news and catching the interviews of the chief for CPD on that, we got all hands on deck. ATF, helping. Yeah. We're gonna find this person. We're looking at everything. And my thing, when they found him, I was like, good, you found the person who shot him. But then it clicked on me, and I was like, why don't they put all of these resources and the efforts into finding the people who killing the minorities out? Why are we not getting this when a cop kills a young black man? Y'all not putting the effort and the resources into figuring out should he really be guilty? They try to play it, or when someone comes up missing and they get found dead, like they're not putting the resources into trying to find that. But when it's one of theirs, they're willing to go 100 yards and running. And just for me personally, I guess I can sound insensitive, but I can't feel bad when stuff happens to the police. For some reason I can't feel bad.
And I was going to ask that
it's
question.
Hard.
I asked that to somebody. Am I wrong because I don't feel bad? No, don't get me wrong. I don't. Police officers have the police officers that do their job.
They got a hard job.
They have a very hard job. So, I would, God forbid, I have friends that are police officers, things of that nature. God forbid if anything would happen to them.
And I do too.
Now, of course, the bad apples spoil it for everybody. My question was simply, am I wrong because I don't feel bad when I hear about some of that happening? Or the last police officer that got killed downtown, and they rode through Chicago and all of these things, and yada yada. And I don't want to downplay that. That was an unfortunate situation. Anybody dying is an unfortunate situation. But what frustrates me is, like you said, when black folks get killed, we don't get this whole funeral and ride through Chicago. I'm talking about the injustices. I'm talking about a white man, and it's a whole other side of that. Because realistically, they shouldn't have. If at the end of the day, if white folks are that afraid of black folks, then don't have these white police officers, men and women, in these black communities where they don't understand the communities. Because the first thing it is, a lot of these situations would be totally different, and they would happen differently if it was a black police officer than it is when it's a white police officer. Because if you understand black folks and how we do and the things that we do, when a black guy, I've had many cops that were black guys pull me over. It was a totally different transaction than when it was a white cop.
But that's not true either, because the little boy he wasn't little, but the young man that got shot not too long ago and they covered up the murder, it was black police officers that stood right there and let the man shoot him. And they were black.
I'm talking about my personal instance.
Okay, well I'm talking about not all.
As a whole, well I never said all.
Okay,
I think the Jazz.
No,
Jiggity Jazz she just wanted to chime in.
Yeah,
Jazz wanted to have her 2%. Flip them curls behind your ears so you can listen to what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is it's an unfortunate situation nevertheless. And so I kind of don't feel bad. I do feel bad because a life has lost, but there's so many negative stigmatisms that's going on in our community, so many black folks getting killed. And if you want to change the whole aspect of what's going on in the community, of course you got to educate the community, you got to put money into the schools and all of that. But on the other end of the stick, these police officers that you send into these communities don't understand the communities. It's so easy for them, just like when I got drafted, when I went into the military, we were at war, and they put so much, they said they lowered the scores, they did all, they come in right now, you get $20,000. They need to do the exact same thing and do a minority push and get a lot of black, African American, a lot of minorities into the police station and put them in these communities where they kind of understand a little bit better. I guarantee you the numbers will go down.
I mean, of course, because you'll get those young gentlemen or young women or just teenagers out there where they'll see someone who looks just like them, and then you get people.
It's a different reaction.
Yeah, and when you put our kind, blacks or Mexicans, minorities in their communities, they can relate to those kids.
Definitely.
They can have that. They can get out the car, sit down, and talk to them like I used to be you. I grew up these many blocks over.
If I pull up in the hood and I see a little kid running across the street, I'm gonna probably say, oh, he either doing something, running from somebody else, or he acting goofy, kids being kids.
Yeah,
if you don't know that community, a white person pulls up, the first thing you're gonna think is, who did he just rob? Or what did he do wrong that he's... So that's the whole mindset of...
We tested that theory before.
Definitely.
Me and some friends, we was just so happened to be hanging out. We was all just coming out of the town. One of our friends pulled up on his motorcycle and he seen the police car turn the corner. And he told him, he said, watch this. He waited as they got closer and kind of did like a hop skip up on the sidewalk, and they hit the gas and floated up, and he just stopped and laughed. Was like, y'all reaction off of me looking like I'm finna run is y'all think I'm running from y'all. No one's paying them any mind, but it's like they feel like we are. So that's kind of like, my only thing with this was, if the ATF, and especially CPD, now I ain't counting ATF, the ATF that's here in Chicago, in Illinois period, and the CPD, if you could put all of y'all time and energy in every officer you got to find this one man who shot one of your own, can we get the same treatment for our people?
No.
If not, if we can't get that same treatment, stop expecting us to have remorse for y'all. You can't expect it to be like, y'all don't understand what we go through. I don't want to understand, because you don't understand what we go through.
I agree 100%.
So I wanted them, hey, it's to each his own. Y'all worry about y'all and we'll worry about us.
Jazz, what you got up next?
We're going to talk about Tiara Marie. Did y'all see Instagram?
Who?
Tiara Marie.
Who?
Seriously. You don't know Tiara Marie?
I mean, I know she's from Detroit and she goes out there.
Well, her ex-boyfriend
Ricky
Posted a picture of her.
video.
Oh, it's a whole little video?
Yes.
With a porno shot?
Yeah, it's
Uh-oh.
a video.
She wouldn't be the first.
Well, of course, she's suing. Well, she's not suing, I guess I should say. You know that revenge porn law in California? She's going to go after that. So.
Was they in California?
Yep.
This is my thing.
It's revenge porn. Can I say something first?
Go ahead, Jazz. Kick it off. Tell Too Easy with how you feel.
So I'm gonna say this. She shouldn't have let him record if that's her thing. Now, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But the man should never have had possession of whatever y'all doing. Period.
This is the thing.
So she shouldn't have done it, but he shouldn't have had possession of it.
And I'm going to say this, and sometimes, I'm going to say this as if I was talking to my daughter. Some of y'all just dumb. Just like men are dumb sometimes, a lot of men are dumb. And I've been a victim of being dumb as a man.
I've been a victim a few times.
Women, stop putting yourself in positions to get taken advantage of because you feel like it's cute at the moment or because it's the end thing to do. Like, and I'm going to talk to you straightforward. 9 times out of 10, and you tell me if I'm wrong, when you meet a guy, you know if a nigga ain't no good or not.
Sure.
But he might be cute. He might have a little money.
You see potential.
You see potential. Your friends might be talking to his friends, so you like it's a clique thing. We're gonna go on booze cruise and all different type of stuff. Stop being dumb. Because listen, at the end of the day, you gonna end up being hurt. I know y'all don't realize it, y'all don't see it, the big scheme of things. But the fact of the matter is, if you have a bad feeling about a nigga, leave him alone. And I'm saying nigga because there's a difference between a man and a nigga.
Now, he could have been a perfect man for her. He could have been doing things. We don't know how long this relationship, I don't know how long they were together. But it could have been a great relationship.
So that wouldn't have been the first video either.
He posted too.
Well,
so no, it wasn't.
I understand where you're about to go with it. If he was the perfect man, then if he was the perfect man.
If he could have got met. Okay.
If he was the perfect man, he wouldn't be that emotional that he's gonna get mad.
Men are emotional.
I said if he was the perfect man, he wouldn't have been that emotional that he's gonna put out her personal business. He would have had it locked up in his little safe and his
he shouldn't have had it.
Or
he
whatever
wouldn't
the
have
case
had it.
may be. If he did have it though, that's what I'm saying. When a man, just like a woman, when a man shows you who he is or shows you his true colors, stop waiting on him to show you something different. If he show you he a zebra, stop waiting to see if one of them stripes is gonna disappear. You knew he wasn't shit when you signed up. You knew what it was when you signed up. And then after he hurt your feelings, after he take advantage of you, after he write bitch on the side of your car, and all of that stuff that dudes be doing to females, then y'all look goofy. But the fact of the matter is, you knew he was like that when you was dating him. Tell me I'm lying, and I'll cut the show right now.
She knows the truth. I mean, it's vice versa for men. Men
I was
get
just
women.
about
Men would meet. I mean, it's the same thing. Men would meet women.
But you know, women drive up on the side of the car.
A woman would show you her crazy side within that first 60 days, and men would be like, "Oh man, she just playing around. She cool." Like dudes will keep messing with the female for reasons. Cause that pouch right, so he don't want to let it go, and he'll put up with the cuckoo-ness of the Woody Woodpecker. It's the same for women. Like she knew what type of dude she was dealing with. After a while, she'd have been recording these, and they probably got argued. He probably made threats and been like, "I'm gonna post this video," and she probably was like,
and he hacked her Instagram and posted it on her Instagram.
Well, that's her fault.
I mean, she gave him a password.
Right. How you know your password?
What?
Stop being a goofy. That's
I love that you try. See, that's the face
Stop
you just made. That face you just made.
Any man I've ever met has never had anything on my social
I said
media.
that. No, this face you just made is literally what DJ Tucci just said. Women are dumb sometimes. You just made that face to be like, how do you think he got?
When you got out of that relationship,
he ain't the smartest guy.
You should have changed the passwords, everything. We disconnect. You know what? I had this issue happen to me when I was in a relationship. And I tried to explain to this woman, when you break up with a guy, for some reason, this is the difference between men and women. When men break up with women, unless they still want sex from the woman, they disconnect from the woman totally. Yeah. Like I don't know you no more. It's over. Unless I still want some sex, I don't call you no more. It's nothing. Women will keep exes' numbers in their phone. They'll still talk to the ex and befriend the ex. Oh, he's just a friend. What you're doing is, one, as a man, what we try to do is see how far in there we still are. We like to play with your mind in your head and send you little text messages and say, hey, just wanted to see how you was doing. So we can get stuck in your brain and throw you off a little bit.
But most women know that, so they use that too for that. Right. Yeah, because maybe she wanted to dip back. Maybe you act up, she gonna dip back.
She do that.
They do. But at the end of the day, you still who's the one getting hurt?
The woman.
So then why even play yourself and set yourself up for failure?
It's not that funny, bro.
That's the whole concept of what I'm saying. So if I was talking to a sister of mine about this recently. She was having an issue, whatever the case may be in her relationship, yada yada yada. The issue was, long story short, it was her baby dad. He would only come around when he wanted sex, and so he would come around and act like he wanted to be interested, get some sex, and then duck off. I said, look, long story short, you have to be in control of that situation. If you feel like that's the only sexual situation you want to have, then you have sex when you get ready, not when he wants to call you and get ready. You control the situation to the T. Because when you control the situation to the T, you never get taken advantage of because you are the one writing the rules to what's going on. Stop letting guys take control of the situation because once we get, and I'm not talking about a real relationship where y'all been together 3-4 years, y'all engaged or married. I'm talking about these niggas that y'all be meeting. Y'all met him at the bar, and I talked to him a couple times, and I think he cute and all this. Stop letting the guy run the situation. As a woman, you control the situation. Now you can. I don't mean physically. What I mean is
they control the narrative.
Sex, the emotional aspects of it is what the woman should control to an extent. Because when you let a boy, not a man, when you let a boy get in control of that situation, your emotions gonna be shot. And you're gonna be over your girl's house, and y'all gonna be drinking wine and talking about how niggas ain't no good, and all the while y'all all messing with dudes that ain't no good, but they feeling sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, y'all gotta be smart. Think smart, man.
Hopefully things get better, man. Hopefully they can, the queens can find them a king. Speaking of kings, have you seen King James lately?
LeBronto? I'm moving to LeBronto.
Hey, man, you see Drake was up there looking at the view from that suite?
His views from the 6 wasn't too good, man.
It was a suite, that's why. It wasn't looking good. Hey, man, Indiana gave them a full fight. They went into that next round with Toronto and treated them like they was a college basketball.
Definitely.
LeBron just turned like another level on and just averaged like 30 points, over 10 rebounds, all 4 games.
But what frustrates me is I still feel like he don't get the props he deserves as being LeBron James.
I think
without LeBron James, they're not there.
No, they're not at all. Not at all. He's the best player in the NBA hands down right now.
Period. And has been for the last 15 years.
And at the age of, he's what, 30, he's 34,
34,
35?
same age as me. 34.
Yeah, he'll be 35. He's still the best player in the league. Honest, truthfully, Kobe wasn't the best player in the league when he hit his mid.
No.
Like, it was over. By the time LeBron was, I'll say, he came in at 18. So by the time LeBron, I'll say 2008, I'll give it to him. 2007, 2008. LeBron's been the best player for the past 10, 11 years in the league.
I say longer than that.
No, I say 10, 11. I say when they first went to the finals in Cleveland, even though they lost to San Antonio, but they eliminated Detroit. And that was only 2007, so he was only about 22. So I say right then is when he solidified himself as this best player that just dog. He had that in him.
Right.
And I give him props. Like, he carried his team. Right. They're gonna go to the finals. A lot of people know they're gonna go. They're not gonna win it. We all know that. But what he's able to do that.
Why wouldn't they win it?
I mean, they're not beating.
Something crazy might happen. Durant gets hurt.
I mean, him and Steph gotta get hurt. They can't beat Golden State or Houston.
Well, did you forget that they beat the 72 wins? I mean, it's the 73 win team to win the championship.
They did.
So
they came back from 3-1.
Kevin Durant blows out a knee.
I mean, that's what they're gonna need to happen.
That way, it can happen.
But if that happened, we don't know. Houston may make it.
Yeah.
Cleveland can't beat Houston.
You know what irritates me though? I hear these are people who to me can't respect greatness. Like I'll be like, when you watch sports,
you gotta respect it.
I'll be like, I understand your concept. Well, I don't understand the concept. When you watch sports, to me, sports can't be connected to emotion.
No,
I hear a lot of people say, I don't like LeBron because he a crybaby. He always looking for fouls. He's soft to me. You talking about the dude? I was looking at a video. Somebody commented on the video last series when he got hit in the head and then stumbled and his head started bleeding. And they like, oh, he's so soft. I said, what you talking about? The nigga that just got hit in the head and is bleeding on TV right now, he's soft? To me, it would almost seem like something like he smashed a couple people's girls or something. They so emotionally connected to LeBron James.
Yeah,
I respect greatness for greatness. LeBron James.
They hate him for what reason? I don't know.
I don't know, because you say he's soft, you say he's weak, he always looking for fouls, but he's better than your favorite player.
It's better than everybody's favorite.
He's greater than your favorite player. So how can you hate a man who's soft, who don't have a killer instinct, that's always looking for fouls, but statistics say he's the greatest player ever? Period.
I mean, statistically, he's going to go down as the second best player ever played.
No, statistically, right now, he's the greatest player
he's
ever.
He's going to be the second best player.
No. The numbers and what we think is the best is two different things.
I mean,
let
me put it this way:
rebounds, assists, scoring. But he's number one.
I mean, because he was a 2.0 version of Magic Johnson.
I agree,
and that's what it is. Personally, like at the end of the day, people always say titles and that's what Mike got over him.
And every time I say that, I say Robert Horry is the best player ever.
No, we're not. I mean, he's the best role player to ever play the game. He's one of the best role players.
I don't mean it to be true. I'm just saying it to say that. The championships, man.
This is my thing. Mike is the greatest player of his era.
Right.
And every generation is going to have a different answer to that. That's what people don't get. And don't get me wrong. Like I saw Mike play, but you're going to have kids who was born in the year 2000. They're about 18 now. LeBron is the best player they ever seen play. And that's what they're going to go with. And people that's just like rap. You get people who say Biggie and Tupac the best rappers to ever live. But you're going to get people who are going to have different views and say Jay-Z's the best to ever do it.
Michael Jordan.
And every generation is going to have a different response. That's what makes it a good barbershop.
But Michael Jordan, in his prime, playing against LeBron James in his prime.
Yeah, dominator.
Michael Jordan
would dominate.
May be faster off of the ball.
Would dominate.
Michael Jordan may be faster off of the ball. Probably, definitely, without a doubt, is a better outside shooter. LeBron James is stronger. LeBron James definitely will lock him up down low. And I would be remiss to say, come on, man. We watch the league every day. LeBron, who can't LeBron James check?
Did you see the series last year?
He can't check
KD at all. He can't check KD.
KD is 6'11".
It doesn't matter. In his prime,
what he can't do is stop him from shooting.
He couldn't stick Melo in his prime.
Because he's 7. He got a 7'6".
I mean, it doesn't matter.
You talking about Michael Jordan?
You said he could check.
We talking about Michael Jordan, who's 6'6".
I'll give you one better. He couldn't check Melo in the post. In his prime.
We talking about Michael Jordan, who's 6'6".
Look at the numbers when
Michael Jordan, who is 6'6".
Okay. Melo 6'7". He couldn't check
Michael Jordan, who's 6'6".
He could check Melo.
You don't think if Jordan drove to the hole, he wouldn't bang that off the back?
No, he couldn't. He's not. Because LeBron wasn't part of that era when it was physicality. Like right now, them fouls he's getting, he wasn't getting them fouls back in the late 80s and 90s.
But if he lived, if
he was playing back
then, if he was playing back then, you know who he'd be?
Who?
Karl Malone.
No.
That knew how to dribble the ball.
Karl Malone
Because
didn't
they're
make
about the
it
same size, literally.
Carmelo, I mean, but the difference is LeBron is going in the hole. You think people like
I'm not saying LeBron
Charles
will beat him.
Charles Oakley, Vernon Maxwell, people like
I'm not
Charles
saying
Barkley,
LeBron will beat him.
Dennis Rodman, when they go upside your head, he wasn't gonna like
You're missing the
that.
whole
Mike
point.
was getting hit upside the head.
I'm
and
not
mentally
saying
he wasn't ready
LeBron
at
will beat
first.
him. What I'm saying is Jordan might control the outside, but he cannot check LeBron within that 15 to 20 foot rim.
What you mean, him sticking LeBron?
Yes.
I mean,
That's where the problem's going to come.
It's going to be a good go-to
That's
game.
all I'm saying.
But you know the problem, but the only difference is what it's going to be is LeBron doesn't stay in the post. He's going to live and die by that jump shot he think he got.
That we've been watching these last few years?
He's attacked, but
You don't think he'll post Michael Jordan down?
No, not the whole game. Not at all.
Jazzy, what you got next?
Well, I'm like, that's over. We got, because I only know a little bit, so I'll let y'all do y'all little back and forth. So, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Your best male friend, would you ever get his name tatted on you?
Let's go.
I don't want to use profanity, so I'm just going to go with what DJ
So,
Jazzy
Young
said.
Thug did an interview.
Oh, I heard about
Now,
And he said him in Future.
Let me ask this. Is it a reason why? Like, did my best friend die? Of
No,
cancer,
just
or
a regular smell.
regular friendship? Because I love him that much?
Yeah.
No, that's suspect.
So
it.
Young
I mean,
Thug.
if they married
That's
like
suspect.
boyfriend,
That's
husband, husband, or
Well, that's
something.
right
That's
there.
suspect. No, I wouldn't do
So
that.
Young Thug and Future have each other have their names tatted on each other.
Jeff,
How do you?
This is the new generation.
it's a different generation. They
It's
wear
a
tight
whole- it's a
jeans.
whole different animal.
They pants is tighter than women's.
And we know Young Thug he's been
I know
in the
he make you
media,
worry about.
yeah, I mean,
You don't know which
I would
way-
never, I got my son's name tattooed on me, but that's about it. I would never get another grown man's name tattooed on my body. If a guy pulled a gun out and said, I will shoot you and blow your brains out right now if you don't get Ralph's name tattooed on your arm, then I gotta die. I'll go with my pride.
I'm gonna grab your gun and put it right in my mouth and just like pull the trigger because it ain't
I thought that
happening,
was
bro.
like interesting. Well, I thought it was
That's suspect.
weird. Yeah, because I
I
thought
mean,
it was weird.
I put it this way: it's different if it's like a best friend you had from childhood and say he may have got shot,
killed or something like that.
Yeah.
or died from cancer.
No,
or
he
something
just
like
said that they love each
Then,
other.
yeah,
and
then
they,
depending on that type
they're
of
really
relationship,
close.
you may have a different response. Maybe for me, something like that, like my cousin was my best friend. He passed. And I'm gonna be honest, I got like 10 shirts made, but I won't tattoo nobody's name.
But you know why I think that's suspect though? But I honestly, I know without a doubt that a lot of these companies and these regular execs pay these young rappers to do a lot of stupid stuff like this.
Of course.
Because they know what it's gonna draw. What frustrates me is it causes the young people who listen to these rappers to think that it's okay and follow these certain aspects. And that changes the whole concept because these are one day gonna be the leaders of tomorrow. And it has introduced a whole new atmosphere, sexually, homosexual sense, straight, metaphorically, everything about it. It has changed the whole concept of that.
Hey, I do got one
that angers
frustration
me.
with it though.
That angers
Even
me.
though they just did it, they're not the first. A lot of people may not remember. I know Jasmine would, but you probably would. The whole Cash Money original clique, they have each other's name over tatted on them. Like Baby has every Hot Boy member name on him. BG has Birdman name tatted on him. Lil Wayne, I think has Birdman. BG, I think the BG Turk and Juvenile name on them. And that was back in the 90s. Like I get as a group of, I just can't tattoo nobody's name. We can all represent the same
Even
way.
then, they wasn't doing like the suspectness wasn't there. Like
No,
you knew
not
they was
then.
all tough. They'd blow somebody's mouth out.
the
It's
top
like,
ones be the. That's
I'm
something
not
else.
saying that
saying
they can't be gay. I'm just saying it change. It's a difference between
This is my thing.
them doing it and
Why is it a difference?
Lil Uzi doing it.
I wasn't talking about Lil Uzi. I said Young Thug and
That's the same one.
Future.
Lil
Future
Young
has.
Thug and Lil Uzi is the same person.
And Future out here wearing
They
turtlenecks
all
too,
look-
so-
So I'm saying them. What's the difference between Lil Wayne and Birdman?
They all a little sus. Lil
Um,
Uzi, Lil all
but
of them.
so Birdman and them
I
aren't.
mean, a little suspect.
Birdman kissing another man in his mouth. Is
Yeah, that was it right there. Like,
Okay,
it was
so
all that.
right, so that's the same thing as saying like they got each other's names. Like it's no difference.
I mean,
It is a difference.
It's gonna be a difference, and that's the
It
same.
is a difference
What's the difference?
because it stops at a certain point. When does it stop with this generation of rappers? They be sleeping in the bed together, laying on each other's laps, calling each other bae.
That's young love.
Where does it stop?
I mean, you listen to them too, though.
So where does it stop? So that's the difference. That's the difference between Cash Money and them. It stops. Like where does it stop with these guys? They just introducing everything.
Hey man, they got the fanny packs, band bags out, man.
They wearing tight spandex pants with the butt showing, like you said, with the fanny packs on. This is too much. See, y'all real brand new in 2019. I want to live to be about 73 or 74, but I could not imagine some of these guys in 20 years. Like I couldn't imagine where they would be.
Maybe they'll calm down.
And don't tell me they're trying to get in connect with they Rick James, I'm a rock star, all that type
new
of
edition.
stuff. Yeah, that's a whole other animal. Y'all acting real brand new in 2018.
Oh man.
Okay, so we can talk about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Who?
Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. The Met Gala, how they reformed their little beef, so they're not beefing no more.
Oh, they not?
No.
Girl
so we
power.
can see girl power. So we might actually get a nice little.
I doubt it. Some shots gonna be thrown somehow.
No, Cardi B went and did an interview, right, from Remy.
Shots.
But Cardi B went on an interview and said that whatever they had a misunderstanding and it's done and she's happy about it. So maybe we might get some girl power.
That's what I'm saying.
She's saying that because she's
It's a great
pregnant right
thing.
now. She can't throw them hands while she's pregnant.
But she did make a video and said she would throw them hands.
Hey, Tweezy, you know what I'm saying? I can't throw them hands right now.
That's pretty much.
That's how she talk.
Don't talk about Cardi B.
Hey,
She
man.
needs to change. She's doing
This is
good.
the Cardi
That's all
B
good,
generation.
man. I'm happy for them, man. What's your moment of clarity out here, Jazz?
My moment of clarity, I don't know. Like, we just said girl
Sugar
power.
daddies.
We just said girl, it ain't got nothing to do with sugar
Is it
daddy.
girl power?
It is girl power. Y'all know I always talk about that. So it's always good to like leave on a high note of like,
What are you reaching for?
I was fixing something, but y'all just interrupted me all the heat.
I mean, I'm trying
Okay,
to get you to talk to the mic and not look down.
so yeah, my thing would be girl power and us standing together so we don't have all these incidents like Tierra Marie's and R. Kelly's and, you know,
I mean,
revenge porn and all. We have a mind of our own. So, you know, that's what we got to stick with.
Okay. Ralph, what you got?
my moment of clarity. You know what? It's Mother's Day weekend coming up, man. So shout out to all the moms, the aunties, grandmas,
The future mothers.
future mothers coming out.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm not pregnant, but I do want to get. I'm not pregnant.
Are you
Do we need to
I'm
go
not-
back shop for you?
I'm not pregnant,
Ooh.
but I do. I'm gonna be a mother in like years to come.
Oh, I just say, you know,
Future mother,
I mean,
like, I wanna get.
well, we can't say to
I
the
thought you was
future.
trying to
We're
drop
talking
me.
about the women.
No,
now
I'm
who
not
have
pregnant
kids.
at all. Nowhere near.
Shout out to Jazz and her sugar daddy.
And I'll give you know, man. Hey, it's
Still pushing them out at 66,
Hey.
huh?
hey, you know, due to it being Mother's Day, man. Shout out to all the women power. Carly B and Nicki squashing their beef. Jada Pinkett and Gabrielle Union squashing
Love
their
it.
beef.
I
Over
love
17.
her.
So, you know, shout out to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you ladies. I hope the kids treat you like the queens you are. What about you, DJ Too Easy?
Sugar daddies, man. Shout out to all the sugar
But
daddies.
you said you don't want to be a sugar
Shout
daddy.
out to all the sugar daddies. They got
that sugar
a young
base.
little sugar mama that they're taking care of.
They got them in that
And
blue
they
outfit.
buying the Malaysian 3 curly, and they buying the little spandex outfits with their feet out. It's getting hot outside. Shout out to all the sugar daddies who take care of their little sugar, what they call them, sugar ladies?
Sugar babies.
What they call them?
Sugar baby.
Sugar baby. She admitting it. She admitting it. Shout out to all the sugar babies who getting taken care of by their sugar daddies. I ain't mad at y'all. Somebody got to do it.
2018,
Somebody got to do
baby.
it.
2019.
Did you talk me in and stuff at night, or how does that? You like bring him his little coffee when he watching the news and
Yeah, I bring him his tea.
his tea?
Mhm.
Okay. You talk me in at like.
I don't have to tuck him in.
Hey,
DJ Too
Boy.
Easy is too crazy.
You got
It's
it.
too
What time
crazy.
you put him in bed? About 7:30, 8 o'clock.
No, he usually stays up longer than
He
that.
stayed up
Yeah.
about 10. Shout out to Jazz and her sugar daddy. Shout out to Jazz and her sugar daddy.
You
I'm
know,
proud of you.
somebody gotta do it.
I mean,
She
the
got a
game,
baby on the way.
game is
I do
changing.
not have a
For
baby
all
on
of
the way.
Jazz's friends, hey.
I do
Y'all
not have a
you gotta figure out
baby.
what a godmother is.
y'all better
T
fight.
Shot Radio, you already know what it is. It's your boy DJ Too Easy.
And your girl